Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Welcome to Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University online video session. Today again we are going to discuss the journalism and mass communication course of MA, where we are supposed to study basic English semester 1 unit number 12. It is about the conjunctions. Let us start our work right now. Look, you can see unit 12 conjunctions, language skills for journalism, because you know that any writing needs to be done with very cautious efforts, with very very important actions which should be taken while doing writing. Writing skill needs care, and because it is the course of journalism and mass communication, that's why we are going to study unit 12 of conjunctions with a view to 3 important factors of conjunctions, where we have to discuss the correlative conjunctions, the subordinating conjunctions, and the adjoining conjunctions. All these 3 conjunctions are important in this session which we are going to learn right now. Look, before undertaking journalistic writing, one needs to understand and learn, master the correct usage of language. So when there is a matter of usages of language, we have to focus on listening skill, speaking skill, writing skill, and reading skill. And as it's the matter of writing, here there are certain kinds of grammatical terms which are important to be learned. Previously we learned the pronouns, before that you learned the verbs, and you have to understand the noun clauses and the adjective clauses, the subordinate clause, the phrases, to understand how the writing could be delivered, how writing could be done, what are the important things in the development of writing skill is needed, that you can discuss over, we can discuss over here, and you can learn over here. Look, the first thing it is mentioned over here, rules of using conjunctions. Now, as these are the rules of using conjunctions, it seems that the conjunctions are the joining words. These are the words which create the sentences. Without the help of these words, the sentence is not going to be full. The sentence requires the conjunctions. These are the words which could be utilized as a joining words also, and you need to join the 2 sentences, 2 short sentences. As for example, she is Sita, he is Ram. Ram and Sita are here. These are the idols of Ram and Sita. She is Sita, he is Ram. Then there isn't any need of short, swift sentences, but you can make a one single sentence with a view to utilization of conjunctions. There are rules of using conjunctions, coordinating conjunctions. When the conjunctions are used, they coordinate 2 different sentences or 2 different words. As for example, pencil and pen. Pen and pencil are connected with the word end, A-N-D, end. So end is used as a conjunction. Subordinating conjunctions, when one sentence comes in the beginning of the paragraph, and then there is again the second sentence which is a mere subordinating sentence of the first sentence, there is a need of conjunction. Then there is correlative conjunctions and position of the conjunctions. All these things are going to be discussed in this session of conjunctions right now. Identify the difference between conjunctions and other parts of speech. How you can identify the conjunctions and what are its utilities, that you have to see. Use them appropriately. the rules to use the conjunctions. A conjunction is a part of speech which is used to link words, phrases and clauses. Look, it is merely a word which is utilized for linking of the two different words, or for linking of two phrases, or for the linking of two clauses also. So on the whole, the idea is to link two or more than two sentences. The conjunctions are utilized for the joining of two or more than two sentences. Conjunctions allow us to form complex, elegant sentences and avoid short several sentences. Look, the main functioning is connecting the ideas, actions, thoughts, nouns and clauses as well as phrases also. The conjunctions are useful for making lists of things. Look, as for example, here there are certain things which are presented. We cooked rice, upma, dal, chapatis, vegetables and many more things. Here it shows that all these things are cooked by us. We cooked rice, upma, dal, chapatis, vegetables, and how all these things, they are listed with one particular conjunction. It is and. Then next example, when using conjunctions, make sure that all the parts of your sentences agree. Look, this is the fundamental rule of the conjunction. When you are joining two sentences, you have to be alert. You have to see that whether both these two sentences, do they agree or not. If one sentence is not befitting with the another sentence, either because of the grammar or because of the tense, first sentence is in past tense and second sentence is showing the future tense, there you have to be very much alert that both the sentence should agree with each other while putting the conjunction. At least the grammar should be true, at least the tense must be a similar one, at least the singular and plural must be in a similar one, or it must be as per the verb. The subject and predicate should meet each other when you are putting the conjunctions, because subject and predicate plays a very important role in making the sentences. So one has to be cautious enough, one has to take care while utilizing the conjunctions whether the sentence agrees with the another sentence or not, the phrase is befitting with the another phrase or not, the word is suitable with the another word or not. Then and then only you should utilize the conjunctions. For example, I work busily yet carefully. This shows the perfect agreement between the parts of speech. Look, I work busily yet carefully. You can't write the sentence like I work busily yet I am careful. This is a wrong sentence. Look, it's a wrong one. That's why it is written in red color. And you understand, busily yet carefully shows the rhythm, shows the agreement, and as this seems to be agreeable, it is quite rhythmic also, it is quite important to listen also. You may feel it more convenient while listening. One important thing I want to tell you over here, that when you listen to the words or sentences and you feel that they look quite convincing, then naturally they are not awkward, and if they are awkward, it means that they do not agree. So you have to change the conjunctions at that time. It is merely a myth that conjunctions never come in the beginning of the sentence. Yes, in schools the students were told, and there was previously a myth also, that never find the conjunction in the beginning of the sentence, like and or but or neither nor. either or. They come in the beginning of the sentence, in the starting of the sentence. The conjunctions are never used in the beginning of the sentence. It is merely mythological, because conjunctions could be utilized in the beginning of the sentence like this. When there is a sentence which is merely a dependent clause, it is dependent on the previous sentence, the first sentence is dependent on the second sentence, then naturally you have to initiate your sentence with the conjunction. It happens like this. Look, in fact, the conjunctions come when there's a dependent clause in the beginning and the independent clause in the end of the sentence. Have a great journey, and don't forget to visit Kedarnath temple. It's one of the best Shiv temples of Bharat. So naturally the visiting of Kedarnath temple is related with the great journey. But have a great journey comes as it isn't a singular, individual, independent sentence. It is dependent on the second sentence. That person is going to the Kedarnath temple. It is the biggest Shiv temple of Bharat, and as he is going over there, we are wishing him have a great journey. So naturally the first sentence comes as a dependent sentence of the second sentence, and as the second sentence is an independent sentence, it's the free sentence. You can utilize the last sentence as one independent singular sentence also. And don't forget to visit Kedarnath temple. It's one of the best Shiv temples of Bharat. In that way also you can utilize that last sentence. And because of these two kinds of sentences which are equally dependent on each other, you can utilize the conjunction which should be named as subordinating conjunctions, because one sentence is in subordination, one sentence is in relation with another sentence. One sentence is a subordinate sentence and another sentence is the main sentence. So there is an issue of main clause and subordinate clause. There is an issue, there is an idea of two kinds of clauses over here, and because of these two kinds of clauses, main clause and subordinate clause, we can utilize the conjunctions which could be known as subordinating conjunctions. The next sentence, she's happy because I finished all the tasks within the given time. Now you can see over here there is a conjunction because and another conjunction is within, and how you can see and elaborate the sentences. Can you find she is happy because as a dependent sentence in the on the second sentence, I finished all the tasks within the given time. If you see that beginning sentence is dependent on the second sentence, then naturally you can say that because and within, these two are the subordinating conjunctions. So I think you are clear about the subordinating conjunctions. Now let's go for the last example. I would like to thank you for the lovely gift. I'd like to thank you for. For is utilized to join the phrasal part, the phrase part of the last sentence. The lovely gift, it is the phrase, and it could be attached with the main sentence with a utilization of for conjunction. So here you can find for, because, within, and. All these are the conjunctions which are used in these sentences. Before initiating any new thing in conjunctions, let me remind you that there are three things we have learned. We are going to learn coordinating conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions, and correlative conjunctions. So we learned the subordinating conjunctions. Now we are supposed to go for coordinating conjunctions and correlative conjunctions. The coordinating conjunctions, the word itself gives you the idea that it might be doing the coordination of two or more than two things. The coordinating conjunction is and, but, or, not, for, so, or yet. These are used to join individual words. Look, there are single words, individual words, which could be joined with the help of these conjunctions and, but, or, not, for, so, or yet. And these are the conjunctions which shows as phrases, and they could be utilized for phrases and independent clauses. The conjunctions but and for can also be used as prepositions. It may happen that the conjunctions may function as prepositions also in some of the sentences and in grammar, because there isn't any watertight compartment, or there isn't any rule that these words could be utilized only for the sake of verbs. These words are utilized in grammar only for the utilization of nouns and adjectives. Grammar is a flexible thing. Language is a very flexible thing, and you know about language and linguistics that any word could be changed as per the situation, as per the speech, as per the time span, or as per the particular kind of a connection that word has in that context, because there is a contextual meaning and connotative meaning which we learned previously in the session, and the conjunctions play the role of the contextual patterns of language. They may be utilized as correlative conjunction, relating two or three words or relating two or three sentences. They may be utilized as coordinating conjunctions, coordination of two or more than two sentences, two or more than two words, or presenting the coordination in the grammar, in the language. And in the same way, we discuss the subordinating conjunctions, where one sentence plays the role of the subordinate of the main sentence. The main sentence is the primary principal sentence, and another sentence is a subordinate sentence, and the conjunctions which are used in these two sentences are known as subordinating conjunctions. So you need to remember three things in a very important way: coordinating conjunctions, correlative conjunctions, and subordinating conjunctions. The examples and explanations. Let us go for the examples and explanations. Boys and girls took part in sports. You can see that there are two words: boys, girls. Boys and girls took part in sports. Here and is a conjunction. Then another, here the coordinating conjunctions and is a linking word, and it is linking two nouns. Maya will do well in the examinations, for she has been studying sincerely since the last 6 months. Here you can see the coordinating conjunctions coordinates sincerely since. It coordinates the first sentence, coordinates the second sentence, because she will do well in examination as she has been doing preparation. So both these sentences are interconnected with each other, and that's why you can utilize the coordinating conjunction to coordinate two or more than two sentences. That is what is said over here. Look, you can see the list of subordinating conjunctions over here. The subordinating conjunctions, those which subordinate, those which support the words, support the sentences, they are presented over here. After, once, although, since, as soon as, so that, because, then, before, while, by the time, why, even if, in case. Correlative conjunction and position of the conjunctions. Now, as we learnt the subordinating conjunctions and we had already discussed the coordinating conjunctions, now we are going to focus on correlative conjunction and their position in the sentences. The definition says that the correlative conjunctions are always in pairs and are used to link equivalent sentence elements. So the basic idea of correlative word itself says that correlative conjunction comes in a pair. It is like either or, neither nor, hardly when, scarcely then, not only but also, both and. So all these conjunctions, when they come in a pair in sentence, in the whole statement, then they are known as correlative conjunctions. Here there are the presentations of some common mistakes which could be avoided. The incorrect usage, I as well as my family are living for USA. Look, this is the incorrect one. Well, the correct one is I as well as my family is living for USA, because the whole unit of I and my family is a single unit as well as is a conjunction, and it shows that I as well as my family is the whole subject which requires the verb befitting to the subject known as is leaving for USA. Then the next sentence, unless you don't ask her, you will not succeed. Unless you ask her, you will not get the benefit. So here unless and unless, these are the two conjunctions which shows that they are utilized to avoid the common simple mistakes mostly which is happening by all of us. So you have to try to remove the common mistakes which is happening while presenting the conjunctions, while utilizing the conjunctions. We are going to Bangalore because we want to meet the saint. We are going to Bangalore in order to meet the saint. So you can see that when we are putting we are going to Bangalore because we want to meet, it merely weakens the sentence, because the sentence does not show any strength. And when you show that we are going to Bangalore in order to meet the saint, this one is the concrete sentence, it is the clear sentence, and it doesn't show the weakness, rather than other words which are not that much useful also and they are utilized in the sentence, it weakens the sentence genuinely. So the red color which is used in the sentences, they show some common mistakes which could be avoided with a certain care and more aptness. If you are more perfect, if you are more vigilant, if you certainly try deliberately, then you will be in a condition to avoid the mistakes while presenting the correlative conjunctions or subordinating conjunctions or coordinating conjunctions. And I think the topic is very clear. It is the easiest topic, I think, because when you talk about conjunctions, you may think about prepositions also, and they may play the role of the prepositions which we had already discussed in the previous sessions. So here you are merely trying to learn the topic with a view to conjunctions only, the joining words only, and that's why I think the topic is clear to you. Okay, the session is ended over here, and we are clearly perfectly known about the topic of conjunctions. We learned the subordinating conjunctions, the correlative conjunctions and coordinating conjunctions in this topic of MJMC, the semester 1 basic English, where we learned the topic of Unit 12 conjunctions. Goodbye. Swadhyaya